So in today's video we are going to discuss how to use the SUM SQL function in a database table. So what we have here is a question set number 26, which is a continuation of the questions based on our data in question number 17. So our first question: find the sum of the marks obtained by Amanda Moses in all the subjects of the first term. Alright, so this is our first question. Let's answer it in our SQL. So we need to find the marks by the student whose name is Amanda Moses. So what we need to write is a select sum function, and within that we write it in brackets student exam mark record, basically the column which we are going to use. Student exam mark record dot mark from the student exam mark record table, student exam mark record table, and then we have to join in basically what we are going to join in is the student name and the student term and the exam term. So basically inner join student on student exam mark record dot student underscore index number is equal to student dot index number, and then we are going to join in next exam term on exam term underscore term ID, student exam mark record dot exam term underscore term ID. So we can write it either way, it doesn't matter because we are using the equal mark. So here we are going to equal it to the exam term dot ID. So now our condition where the student first name, I'm going to write this within a bracket, student dot first name, because we are using the whole name together, so is equal to Amanda, and the student dot last name, student dot last name is equal to Moses. Alright, we close this bracket, and then we have the exam term. So basically an exam term dot term name is equal to first term, because we were given that it was the first term. We are finding the sum of all the marks, so we are going to run this SQL query, and we have the marks as 265. Since we cannot be sure, if you are not sure, we can check out the student data. So Amanda Moses is the student number 4. Student exam mark record is, so here we have term 1, we have 90, 75 and 95, so that is 170, hold on, 95, 85, and we're checking the first term marks, right? So yeah, first term, so we have 90, we have 75 and 100, so it should be around 265. Yeah, so that's the answer to our first question. Let's move on to our next question. And our second question: what is the sum of the marks obtained by Nisansala Vikramanayaka, a student studying in class 11B for all the subjects in the second term? Alright, so we need to find the sum from Nisansala Vikramanayaka, and the class is given. So these are the three, so we have 4 conditions to search from here. So we have the name, class and the term. So let's move on to our SQL to answer this question. So for this question we can add a few more parts compared to from the one in our last answer. So we have to add a class table. So we add it on student dot class underscore class ID is equal to class dot class ID. Alright, so Yeah, we have that. And so we have the student name. Student name is going to be Nisansala Vikramanayaka. All right, and then Ramanayaka, and we can open a bracket here and write student, class underscore class dot class name is equal to. Alright, so we can erase this and write exam term name. Alright, so we have that space there. So the class name is 11B, so we have that now written, and we add a AND operator here. We close this bracket and we run our query, and we have the sum as 246.519. so the student's name is Nisansala. I'm sorry, it's not the first term, it should be second term. So let's search it again. Let's check the surname if it's correct. Student table, Vikramanayaka. Okay. Alright, so we click on search. We have the answers 248.56. so if we check, so that's the 8th student, second term marks 85, and we have 78.56. so 85 is 170, 78.56. yeah, so this is correct. So let's move on to our next question. So our third question: find the sum of the marks obtained by Sachitra Vikramasinghe, student ID student underscore 003 in mathematics and science in the first term. Alright, so let's head on to our SQL to answer this question. Alright, so for our third question, we don't need our class table, so we can remove that. And what we need here, we need to find a student, a subject, two subjects and a term. So basically now we can add the subject table then on student under student exam mark record dot subject is equal to subject dot subject ID. Alright, so we can take the student index number directly here. The student index number dot index number is equal to we'll set this as math plus science 003. Alright, so yeah, we have the student index number as stu underscore 003. Alright, so we can change the second the term name. So I'm going to cut this. So we've used a previous query from the last question and just made a few changes which I'm making here right now. So they have mentioned us, they've asked us to use the first term. So yeah, we have used our first term now, and now what we need to change are the subject, this class table. So we don't have the class table anymore. What we are going to use now is the subject name. So for this first subject, we are going to take mathematics. Alright, so we can put all the value science. We can click on search. Yeah, so we have a small error. Yeah, let's see what our error is. So it says, yeah, let's not use this plus mark here. So here we need to add the value direct. We have to say which table the subject science or the value science is from, and equal it to science. And now when we search it, there's still an error here. Yeah, this extra bracket. Let's see if we can get it without this. Control X, search. So yeah, we need to add the table for which the value science is coming from as well. And you can see we have the value here. The column name is math science 003. We have the sum as 101.74. We have the subjects here 78.24 and 23.5, which adds up to that. So that's the answer for our third question. Let's move on to our next question. Alright, so for our final question, find the sum of the marks obtained by all the students of the class 11B in the subject of mathematics in the second term examination. Alright, so let's go answer this in our HDSQL. So here we will need to add another column for the class. So we have to inner join in the class on student dot class underscore class ID is equal to class dot class ID. So we are making a few changes here. So we can name this the column of this table as math second term sum, just to be clear with what we are doing. Alright, so here the student should be of the class 11B, the subject mathematics, and this it should be of the second term. So we have the subject as second mathematics. So within that bracket itself we can put an AND operator, and we can search for the term second term. So basically exam term dot underscore term dot term name is equal to second term. Alright, so we have that, and here we can remove all this. So they should be of the class ID class dot class name, which is equal to 11B is what is given in our question. Then we have the end here. Now we search, and we have our answers 301.6. So the students from 11B are these students 2, 5, 6 and 8. So student exam mark record is so here second term maths, right? Yeah, second term maths. So let's check it carefully. 75 to 5, 75. Alright, second term maths. So we have 140 now, 6. Then for the student whose ID number is 6, 140, 222.5 and 8, 222.5. So 300.5, 301.06. So yeah, that's the answer for our last question. So that is it for this video on how to use the SUM function. I hope this video helped you out on how to use the SUM function in database tables. Thank you for watching.